Welcome to another meeting of TV Holics Anonymous. Welcome to another meeting of TV Holics Anonymous. My name is Ruru, and I am a TV holic. Again, Mimi's not here, and she doesn't watch this show, so I thought I'd do this by myself because I've recently started watching this. It's kind of like a cartoon, but like an adult cartoon, and it's like a kind of like a sitcom kind of style sci-fi series, comedy kind of thing all in one. And it's American, and it's like I said, a cartoon. And it's kind of really weird, but entertaining at the same time, and also kind of like stupid and also kind of like controversial at points. And I just feel like it's really, really like violent, and there's like always people losing their limbs and, like blood spewing out of people, loads of people getting like killed all the time. It's very weird. It's called Solar Opposites. I don't know if I mentioned that. It's got like talk about like self-harm and things like that. It's just really weird. And it's about these aliens that like their planet kind of got destroyed, and like a bunch of them like went off into like a spaceship and tried to look for other inhabitable planets because their planet got hit by like this giant asteroid or something like that. So they've come to Earth, and they're just like, messing up Earth, and they're constantly like making these random like robots that seem to have like, murderous tendencies. And they've got this pupa as well, this like yellow pupa. It's kind of like a baby, but not really. Like it goes off on these like crazy adventures when they're not looking after it or they're not home. So the aliens that I'm talking about are Corvo. I think he's like their captain. He's kind of like the dad figure, and then there's the older son who's like an adult son, and I forgot his name. And then there's two little kids and the pupa. So the two little kids, there's a boy and a girl, and they both go to high school with like regular human kids. So that's a bit like weird and interesting at the same time. I also want to say that this show is like very there's just a lot going on, and like the storyline jumps from this to that to this to that, and it really reminds me of like if the shows The Simpsons. It kind of looks a bit like Simpsons-y. The Simpsons, Futurama, and Disenchantment. If you guys know those like adult cartoon shows, if those all had a baby, this is what I think it would spit out. I actually thought it was kind of like a spin-off from like Futurama, or a spin-off from like Disenchantment, but it's not, apparently. Or maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, I'm digressing. I just find it like really weird. It's super American, and it's also set in like the American suburbs. And you always have like people going around with guns and stuff like that. It's very, I feel like it's very pro guns. Maybe the gun lobby's paying for it or something. I don't know. But it's very. It's not. It's just I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. I just can't put my finger on how I feel about it. Like I like Simpsons. I like The Simpsons. Everyone likes The Simpsons. I like Futurama. I like Disenchantment. This I like it, but I kind of don't at the same time. I don't know. It's just I think it's probably gonna grow on me. I just wanted to come here and do like a little 5-minute chat about it. I'm on season one. I know it was season one was released in 2024, and they've already got 5 seasons up. That's just a bit crazy to me. If it was, released in 2024, or maybe that's just what it says on Netflix. So yeah, so I've seen episode one, and that was like the matter transfer array. Can't remember what happened in there. Episode one, and then The episode 2 is Unstable Grey Hole. Again, can't remember what. Maybe I do remember what happens in there. Nope. And then there's a booster, Malfoy, and then there's Quantum Ring, and there's also Patricia. I couldn't even say the name Patricia, automated television in action. So that's when they made this. They found out their neighbor had a man cave, and the man cave. They became obsessed with the man cave, but then they didn't like the man cave because they didn't have like a nagging wife or mother figure in the home to make them want to crave going into the man cave. So they created one. Corvo created one, a robot, and the robot became super murderous and, was killing a bunch of people. And then they kind of like made the robot, like tamed the robot again, and buried it in the garden in a shipping container and made a robot like partner for her. Very, very strange. I wonder who comes up with these weird storylines. Definitely an American, because it's, like I said, very, very American, and some of the things are pretty annoying. So, yeah, I just wanted to say I've watched 5 episodes, and I'd be interested to know if anyone else likes this, and especially like people that are not from the USA, because I think people from like other countries that are not the USA have a different perspective on these random weird ass cartoons that the USA kind of like churns out. It's just a bit weird and very like it's too much like American. It's too American, like with the guns and like the constant murder and the constant, like it's just all ugh. But at the same time, I am liking like some parts of it. So I will probably continue to watch the end of the season and then call it a day because it's not that, appealing to me. And I'm going, like, as you can probably see, I'm kind of like really getting the ick from American TV shows, and I'm kind of moving towards like, TV shows from like the Far East because it's more entertaining, and American TV is just like making me like feel sick at the moment. I really have got the ick from it because it's just all so very like predictable and very generic and very, American. There's like they can't see anything else apart from like America. So they can't get out their own way when creating the TV shows. And now that I've got like a sense of like other like countries in the world, the way that they produce TV shows and storylines and stuff, I feel like it's way more interesting than this is. Even though this is just a cartoon, it's just like a little bit of fun. Even when I'm watching this, I feel like so like, ugh, this is way too American, ugh. And I have been getting that as well from watching like things like on Netflix, like Wednesday and other shows. Wednesday kind of reminds me of I know this is like going off on a tangent, but kind of reminds me of Riverdale, kind of nonsensical. It's quite nonsensical in that way. And also, yeah, a bit like Teen Wolf was. The MTV show Teen Wolf, kind of a bit nonsensical in a way. Like things don't add up and there's not really clear explanations for stuff. We're just meant to accept things the way they are and like move on from it. It just doesn't, 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so yeah, those are my thoughts basically. And I will probably talk about how I feel about it at the end of the season, end of like watching it. I know there's 8 episodes in season 1 of this Solar Opposites show, and yeah, so there's only 3 episodes I haven't watched, so I'll probably talk about it. If I like it and continue watching it, I think I might watch another season and then like come back and like talk about it some more, but I doubt that I'll like it. Oh, well, I doubt that I'll do anything, talk about it further because, like I said, I'm getting the ick. Anyway, like, subscribe, follow, share, and give us 5 stars on wherever you're listening to this podcast on. And we'll be back pretty soon.